Generation changers, transforming lives.
Kariobangi North, Nairobi, Kenya.
Mimi naitwa Nicole Awino Gola. Niko na 18 years, naishi at a place called Kariobangi North, Darfur. Mimi kwetu tuko watoto wa 9, mimi ni wa 8. So kuzaliwa nimezaliwa tu hapa Kariobangi, nimelelewa hapa Kariobangi. So kuongelea hivyo maisha like japo hivyo poa, like tume struggle because mama alikuwa tu anauza mboga, dada alikuwa shendo ushago.
Meet Nicole Awino, a teenager living in one of the 5 informal settlements within Nairobi city. Nicole is a Form 4 leaver, having set for her Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education exams in 2022. And although she wears a beautiful smile and keeps a brave face, she knows it too well that it will never be easy to get herself out of this sorry state of life. She comes from a family of little means. This is Nicole's life in a nutshell.
Sometimes kula, actually mi venye mama yangu amenilea actually si tushazoea lunch na breakfast tunahata, tunagoja sapa.
Nicole's father abandoned his family when she was 14 years old and in class 8. Back then, Nicole knew the status of her life was about to get worse. The single room serves as the only shelter to her, her 8 siblings and their parents.
Naonanga tuko wengi na nyumba ni moja, room moja. So unapata dada analala kwa bed, sisi tunatandika hapa chini.
Seriously?
Tunalala.
Na umeipatishwa na
ni single house, venye a normal single house inakuanga. So tumeka tukapasia ya bed.
Nicole believes it is probably for this reason that her father thought it was wise to relocate to up country to allow more room for his teenage daughters.
Kwa hiyo nyumba single house, unajua kuna vitu zingine huwezi fanya mbele ya mama na dada. Mshakuwa wakubwa. Sasa kuna vitu zingine ni hata ukitaka kufanya una feel too like si poa kufanya mbele ya wazazi wako. Yaani una ile space yenu tu yenye mtu anafaa kuwa na ile privacy hatukuwa nayo.
When Nicole finished class 8 in the year 2018, she had all the freedom for herself, the freedom many teenagers would want to have. But without a father figure to moderate the freedom, she almost crossed the red line.
Mtaki kupenda ni lazima upende, because unapata sometimes anakuambia ati atakugonga is like ni kitu anakuforce nayo, kama ndio utakia anakuforce nayo. Unaweza pata sometimes wewe utaki lakini anakuforce, jana anakuambia kikupata atakugonga, sometimes hadi watu wanauana juu ya mapenzi.
She was lucky to complete her secondary education, but not lucky enough to get the grades of her dreams. Nicole knew her future was sealed.
So place sahi, but nashukuru Mungu nilifanya Form 4
kupata
D+.
And she was pondering heavily on what to do next.
Nilikuwa napita tu hapo grau, hapo penye ofisi ya kina Habibiko. Nikapata ranch za table tennis. So since nilikuanga idol, nikasema acha mimi pia niingie nao nicheze. Nisikuangia na kuanga tu idol. So nilikuwa naenda hapo nacheza table tennis. Actually table tennis ina open mind. Ukicheza akili yako like akili yako ina open. Ufikiri like kukaa kwa mtaa. Unaona at least than kukaa idle when ucheze table tennis.
The table tennis Nicole is referring to is an initiative by Vision Changes Kenya, a program under Hope Kwa Vijana Mtaani that was birthed in the year 2022 with the aim of reaching out to 1,000 youth in informal settlements. That is Kariobangi in the northeast of Nairobi city and Mukuru Njenga in the southeast.
Currently, I'm in charge of the Hope Kwa Vijana Mtaani, a project co-developed by International Table Tennis Foundation as well as Vision Changes Kenya in 2022 with an aim of reducing crime and drug intake among the youth.
By the end of 2023, a total number of 50 youth who had initially lost hope in the Kenyan slums had been spotted and talent grooming initiated, giving them hope and a new direction to their seemingly bleak future in a self-solution finding model.
And so through that project, we actually used table tennis as a tool of implementation for that specific project.
Nicole is one of the 4 youth beneficiaries from within Kariobangi North. This initiative targets 25 young people in Kariobangi North and 25 others in Mukuru informal settlements in a period of 3 years.
Hope Kwa Vijana Mtaani is basically deals with 3 things. That is mentorship, entrepreneurship, and skill development.
Nimeweza kufanya hizo courses zangu 2. Ninaomba God zinaweza zifungwe tu njia like nikuwe ule mtu mwenye naweza jisimamia kufanya vitu zangu ndio nisaidie mama pa home.
In collaboration with local like-minded partners such as the Institute of Innovation and Computer Exchange at Landmark in Kariobangi, Vision Changes is passionate about giving important life skills to youth in informal settlements whose parents cannot afford the cost of formal education. Vision Changes Kenya understands the importance of such life skills in keeping the youth busy in an environment awash with avenues to join criminal groups and eventually ending up as easy targets of mob justice and government security apparatus. Either the skills and connection is linked to various organizations in the job market.
Those youth are taken through structured classes where they gain skills. Afterwards, our aim is to find an internship where they can further their skills and be employable.
Vision Changes Kenya works closely with local organizations and social groups in order to realize its mission, Kariobangi Social Justice Center being at the forefront.
Based on the community we are walking around, because in terms of community engagement and what we do as a community organizer, as a person, whenever there is issue, you are being called in between because there are some parents who see you as a role model.
Joy Kulola is the program's manager at Vision Changes Kenya. Today, she's attending a focus group forum in Kariobangi North, where youth and other stakeholders are engaging in solutions-centered discourses on their socio-economic challenges such as piled waste, poor drainage systems, high crime rates, poverty, and unemployment, among others.
There's just something that strikes in my heart every time I go down there, either to Mukuru or Kariobangi, that I have not found an emotion to actually describe. But there's just something that comes alive in me and I'm working towards definitely understanding what exactly it is. But I think that is what gives me that drive to continue serving in VCK and also continue serving in these communities. Yeah.
Joy says this is the source and epicenter of Hope Kwa Vijana. In their midst is Nicole Awino. With the little she has achieved, she's already a role model to many here, and she knows the burden to scale the expectations up is heavy and evident on her shoulders.
Mimi lengo yangu ya kwanza ni kubadilisha lifestyle ya watu kwa mtaa. Na ile mentality watu wako nayo, as in kama wazazi wanakuanga na ile mentality wewe ukishamaliza shule ufike 18 years wewe ni mtu mkubwa. Mimi naweza taka like hiyo mentality wazazi wache kuwa nao kwa akili, ndio wana pesa tujakataa. Like hiyo mentality wako nayo wache kuwa nao kwa akili. So according to mimi naweza fanya nikishapata hiyo job nisaidie familia yangu na nisaidie pia hawa nikuje nisaidie hawa young teenagers wa mtaa. Wasiku akimaliza shule anaenda kuolewa.
Nakumbuka kuna zile days nilala chini hata sikuwa na kitanda. Zile days nilidishi chumvi kwa ugali wa mtama. Zile days chochote nilifanya ilienda mrama. Zile days nilitengwa kwa sikuwa na mama. Zile days chochote nilifanya ilienda mrama. I wish ningezirewind kama Sauti Sol, cause nilitreki nikasaka wera hadi kiatu kesha Sol, lakini God hakuniacha. Sali ni bless can change kama Paul to Saul. Mimi naitwa Wycliffe Odhiambo, kwa mtaa najulikana kama G-Clef. Mimi ni msanii, mimi ni photographer, mimi ni videographer mtaa. So pia kwa mradi mimi hufanya ucheza table tennis. Nilikuwa WhatsApp tu mimi na natuma link kwa wasee wa download ngoma zangu. Mara nikapata message ndio hiyo, kama unataka kujoin table tennis tuma namba hapa na utume jina. So kwa hiyo msee alini direct, nikamtumia namba na jina, wakasema tukutane place kuna kwa table tennis. Ilikuwa hapo Visho ground. So tukafika hapo ndio nikakutana na watu wa Vision Changers na Tuwajibike Mtaani, na hapo ndio nilijoin table tennis. Before ni join table tennis, sasa sisi tulikuwa tu wale vijana wa mtati tuna usanii which for now itulipi. So tulikuwa tunazuba tu mtaa tukingojea mafomu. Lakini since ni join table tennis nimekuwa most of my time naenda huko nacheza hata mentally imenijenga. So juu tulikuwa wale wase wenye tuko depressed, unajua tu kijana ukikosa kazi lakini wakati unacheza hii game inakujanua mentally, hata zile stress ulikuwa nazo zinaisha.
If akili ni nywele na the same akili ni mali, basi nywele pia ni mali. Respect the Rastafarians.
25-year-old Wycliffe Odhiambo found himself in Nairobi City in the year 2016. That was after he completed his secondary school education in Mukuru city. He is the firstborn in a family of 5. He had the hopes of changing his fortunes and those of his family when he set his foot in the city under the sun. But unfortunately, he found himself in Mukuru informal settlement with no clear direction.
For now, ningetamani hata nikuwe superstar, yani kwa table tennis, hadi nipande ndege. So unajua one day nipande ndege through table tennis, ndio tucheze huko majuu, nishinde, at least hata jina langu pia itambe.
Wycliffe is one amongst thousands of youths that Vision Changes Kenya is determined to fish out from the slums and put them in the Hope Kwa Vijana program in Mukuru kwa Njenga in Nairobi, an area that is infamous for crime and deadly relationships between young people and security apparatus.
The partners such as the local government, the chief, the police officers actively engage our youths such that they come to activities, they play with these youths, they advise them on things that they feel that they need to change.
There's just been quite a lot that is happening, and even if the numbers also are growing, or rather we are growing in terms of our numbers to the people that we are reaching.
Lakini God hakuniacha. Si alini bless can change kama Paul to Saul. Ndio maana mimi praise and give thanks to all my soul. To God be the glory.
"200 meters from here is 33-year-old Evelyn Otieno. She's a single mother of 4. Here, she's inspecting her once residential home. Her home and hundreds of her neighbors were brought down by the national government in early 2023 to pave way for a road project. At least that is what they were told at the time. Although she was just a tenant here, Evelyn says this brought a lot of agony and a struggle for her to resettle.
Huko side za stage mpya. Hapo ukienda, unatafuta vijana wako na group yao na kuna mkubwa wao. Wanakuwa vijana wengi uwezi wa hesabu. Sasa ukishapata mmoja unamuelezea unataka kuweka kazi. Atakuonyesha mahali, akwambia hapa utakuwa unanilipa 5,000. Sasa ukishampea hiyo 5,000 unaanza kuweka kazi yako. Baada ya siku 2-3 utaona group nyingine inakam. Wale wanakuja sasa fresh. Ukijaribu kuwaelezea kuna mwenye ulikuwa umepea pesa mkubwa wao wanadai hawajui mtu. Wanasema wao wamekuja kivyao, hakuna mtu kama huyo. Unaona? Sasa ukijaribu kuwabembeleza maybe upe kama 500 ama ngiri, tena the following day wengine wanakuja. Walikuwa wamenichukua sasa sikuwa na pesa, wakakuja na walikuja kwa njia mbaya. Wakakuja wakaniambia kama sitatoa ngiri moja, wanaenda na kibanda na kila kitu. Na sikuwa nayo, hata sikuwa na stock hiyo siku. Sasa ile wakati wa kufurugana mdogo wakabeba kibanda, wakaenda na vitu. Mimi nikakuja nikarelax. Sasa sikuwa na otherwise ingine.
Besides losing her home and belongings, she also lost her business to city cartels. She has since found a shade under this 2-meter radius umbrella where she sells sweets and shortcakes to fend for her children. Vision Changes Kenya found Evelyn devastated. She was homeless, and like many women in this informal settlement, she had no reliable source of income. She was recruited to yet another program, Tuwajibike Mtaani.
Nimegrow na hizo struggle za watu, nimefika bungeni. Kwa nini nisipeleke policy za kusupport watu mashinani?
It's a community social audit project where we are working with the community, and in this case the community-based organization within the informal settlement, to hold duty bearers accountable on issues to do with the rights of citizens, resource distribution, and all that. The duty bearers that are within that community that were either elected or appointed by the government, as you know, the resources that they are using, including their salary, comes from the tax of the Kenyan people.
Hii program ilinipata nikiwa na stress mingi. Sikuwa najielewa kwanza. Mimi nilifanya tu kuitwa na madam mwingine ati kutakuwa na masomo huko Sidarek. Tukaenda, tukafunzwa. Yaani nikajua mambo mengi. Haistahili kila mtu ako na right zake. Wakanielimisha vile nilibomolewa ningewajua mapema. Unaona? Kuna actions ningechukua.
Tangu tuanze kwa pamoja, wamama wampata kujua kwamba kama kuna shida ambayo inawahusu, wanajua ni nani ambaye inafaa aulizwe. Mbeleni ilikuwa tukiwaita wakikuja kwa hizo mkutano nafikiria sisi ndio tumekuja na suluhisho. Lakini sisi wakati tumewaita tunawaambia hili inafaa ipelekwe mahali pale, hili inafaa ipelekwe mahali pale. So hivyo ndio zile matunda ambazo kadri za matunda mengi, lakini hizo ndio kidogo zile ambazo naweza zitaja kwa saa hii.
When such dialogues are called, let them attend so that they know the importance of the dialogues, and that they be aware of how the government system works, so that they can keep those leaders who are working over the implementation, they can keep them as a watchdog. They can tell them this one is wrong, this one is good, this one is okay.
One, you are a youth,
Yes.
and equally you are the ward manager. So I don't know, how satisfied are you with the participation of youths in matters governance and development in this ward?
I want to say I'm very happy, and also I'm not very happy because as a youth, whenever we go to meetings where their issues are discussed, we always find the bigger number are old people. So we still need more youths in governance, or maybe in where they can also share their views, they can say their own things.
Through Tuwajibike Mtaani program, Evelyn met other women with similar needs as hers. They have been taught self-reliance, the culture of saving, as well as putting the duty bearers within their locality to account. Selina is a vivid success story from Mukuru, Njenga.
My name is Selina Mushuri. I'm a final year student at the University of Nairobi, pursuing a bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communication student. I'm also from Mukuru and from a family of 4, being the firstborn in the family. Both my parents don't have formal jobs, they are casual laborers. So they have to go to look for works every day. If it is successful, then you get money, and if it's not, they just come back home. And for me, it has not been easy pursuing an education, just like many other people coming from where I come from. So I actually missed a scholarship with only 4 marks. In my KCPE, I scored 346 marks. So my parents had to look for ways to take me to school, and that was through loans. So I've actually survived my entire education period through loans. For me, my vision was clear from such a young age. I want to get out of Mukuru and be somewhere else. I knew from such a young age that this is not the life that I was meant to live.
Selina's luck and determination met vision changers in Mukuru in early 2023.
So Vision Changers, I met them at a community dialogue in Mukuru. It was a community dialogue whereby they were asking the community the issues that affect them. They had conducted a survey about how people are aware, if people are aware of their rights, the human rights. And then after that, they came to the community, and through that, I was able to meet Joy. And then he was talking to the youths after the community dialogue. And through that, I told them that I've specialized in journalism and mass communication, but it hasn't been easy for me to secure an attachment.
Selina is currently the social media manager intern for Vision Changers Kenya, adding to the statistics. The thousands of souls that Vision Changers Kenya has touched directly.
So for me, this internship, it has given me a platform where I get to learn these skills hands-on. You know, for me, I was being taught online. I'm an online baby. So I'm good in the theory part, but when it came to the practical part, I was missing out a lot.
My name is Titus Okech. I'm the Executive Director and the founder of Vision Changers Kenya, which is a non-governmental organization that started in the year 2013 and formally registered in the year 2014, the August 6th, with the NGO Council. Vision Changers Kenya as an organization, we have a vision where we want to create a world of optimism where all injustices and poverty is basically eradicated. Reason as to why I started the organization back in the year 2012, that is when the idea started, while I was still at the university in my second year. Then I was seeing a lot of young people who were my front runners a number of them coming back to school and they were jobless. And talking to them, a number of them, now that's the way I got the term tarmacking. And out of that, I thought it would be better for me to maybe think out of the box. If I finish school, do I really need to also tarmac, or do I need to get to a space where I'm able to bring solution to the challenges that young people were facing then, and also be a job creator out of solving that problem of unemployment. So at that time, I remember we did a research, a small research on dynamics of unemployment to young people in Kenya then, of which out of the research we interviewed just a few people within the town where the university was in Kikuyu. And we noted that a big number of young people that had graduated, some of them from my college, rather the university, they were jobless. And out of that, I thought it would be better for us to come up with an idea that would kind of sort that problem, not holistically, but at least if I could bring a solution, even if it is like a small percentage of a solution, it would be much better than doing nothing.
And that is how Vision Changes Kenya was born, with a vision to realize a world of optimism, tolerance, and social justice, where poverty is being eradicated and all people live in dignity and security.
With the organization now, Vision Changes Kenya, we've narrowed down to 3. That is poverty alleviation, gender equality, and peace and security. We are a sport-based and a civil tech-based organization. In sports, we are using sport as a tool for development, and we are using also civil tech as a tool to also drive our agenda in the new digital world.
Through evidence-based studies, advocacy, and community engagement, VCK seeks to address the underlying causes of discrimination and inequality. Its focus being to generate evidence and insights, foster creativity and participation, as well as working collaboratively with key stakeholders to bring about systemic change for social justice.
Generally, I would say we've been able to reach quite a number of community members, largely in Kariobangi and Mukuru, in thousands of numbers, because from our interactions in these community dialogues, from our interactions in focus group discussions, from our interactions even in sport events, you realize that there are so many people that are coming on board to participate, to listen to what we are speaking about and even what we are educating them on.
In November 2023, VCK successfully organized a sports festival in Mukuru, Njenga, an event that brought together police officers, the local administration and the community members, this under Tuwajibike Mtaani project.
And as they were playing with these young people and also listening to them, there were some of the cases that they were being told that they ought to address. And by that, there was good deployment of police officers in hotspots that were identified by the community, where they thought, they mentioned that there was a lot of mugging happening, where they mentioned that there was a lot of gender-based cases happening, like rape, when most of women and girls when they are leaving the market late or early in the morning. So the police presence was so evident within those areas. The issues to do with sanitation. You see, at the end of the day, those houses are built by landlords. These landlords do not provide toilets to the community. Within the project, we've been pushing for the owners of those houses to ensure that every unit, at least per block, or let's say a block of 10, there is at least toilet that serves that 10 people. And right now, within the county, there's a lot of lobbying we are doing to ensure that the county officials are pushing these individuals that own houses within Mukuru Kwa Vijana to ensure that their tenants have proper places to take bath and proper places to go relieve themselves.
Naitwa Irene Kanzika. Mimi ni afisa wa polisi, nafanya katika kitengo cha Gender Office ambapo inahusika na kudhulumiwa kwa watoto na hata wanaume na wamama. Nahudumu katika kituo cha Mukuru kwa Njenga Police Post. Nilifika hapa mwaka wa 2020. Siku hiyo ya michezo tulifurahia sana. Niliparticipate mchezo wa kuruka kamba, nilicheza darts na pia table tennis nilijaribu kidogo, ingawa sijui sana. Nilijaribu kidogo na watu walifurahia. Hawakuwa wanatarajia tunaweza interact pamoja na wakaona tuko free. So mtu akiwa na shida anaweza kutukaribia na tunawa advice. Hii shirika ya Vijana Tuwajibike Mtaani imekuwa ikihold some meetings ambapo tunakutana na wanakijiji, vijana, wazee na wamama. Tunapatana pamoja, wanasema mashida yao ambapo tunajua mahali kuna gaps na tunajaribu kurectify pale. Wanatuambia ile mashida yenye wanapitia huku ndani. Zile kesi zingine pengine wanakuwa na uoga kuripoti, tunawa encourage kwamba wanastahili waongee na pia tunawaambia security yao iko sawa. Mchezo wa darts nilitoka namba 2 na kuna ofisa wangu mwingine alikuja namba 1. Kuruka kamba ilikuwa open na pia darts na table tennis kuna wale ambao waliibuka washindi, lakini sisi wote tulifurahia. Kuna afisa wangu mmoja alipata zawadi, alipewa umbrella. Kumekuwa na impact kwa sababu saizi hata nikitembea pale nje na kuna mtu aliniona kwa hiyo program pale, atakuwa free, anakuja ananisalimia, anakuja ananiambia maybe atakuwa amesikia kuna kitu kanaendelea huko chini ya maji, atakuwa free kukuja kunielezea hiyo kitu. Na niambie mahali fulani kunaenda hivi na labda kama ni crime ilikuwa ifanyike tunaweza tukazuia. Sasa tuko na uhusiano mzuri na wanakijiji.
Such dialogues and sports engagement have equally borne fruit in Kariobangi North. Kariobangi North Area Chief bears witness to such engagements in his jurisdiction.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Fred Kegondi. Mimi ni Senior Chief Kariobangi North Location. Hiyo project ilikuja ni project mzuri ambayo imeweza kusaidia vijana wetu, hasa wale wameweza kuwa idle na wale ambao hawajiweza katika jamii yetu hapa. Na wakati project ilikuja kweli tuliweza kushirikiana na stakeholders wanaohusika, tukaweza kuwa pamoja, tukakuwa na mikakati tuone kwamba tunaweza kufanya namna gani ndipo tufikishe ujumbe kwa wananchi na wakaaji wa eneo la Kariobangi.
Chief Fred has become famous amongst the youth in Kariobangi North thanks to the table tennis game.
Twende chief. Na chief ukishindwa unajua unanunua lunch. Ukishindwa na Simon unanunua lunch. Amefunga
mchezo wa table tennis ulikuwa tu mchezo wa macho kwa sababu ile tulikuwa hapa na ilikuwa kwamba tukawa na vijana ambao walijiweza kufundishwa hapa kuonyesha vile table tennis inachezwa, nasi tukaona mchezo huo kweli, tukapata vijana wengi wanajua hiyo mchezo. Nami nikiwa kama chief eneo hili nikavutiwa sana na hiyo mchezo, nikaona kwamba we need to lead by example. Sasa mimi kama chief, ikuwa mchezo kama huo wa macho na kuchukua tu mkono kucheza nayo hivi, nikishindwa nitafanya namna gani?
Vision Changes Kenya faces a myriad of challenges in its quest to implementing its projects. One of those challenges is lack of political goodwill. As witnessed here in Kariobangi North, solid waste dumped at the middle of the road just a few days after cleanup exercises were conducted by the responsible locals in collaboration with Tuwajibike Mtaani project. However, VCK's motto is not quitting, transforming one mind and changing one life at a time. Titus says there is already tangible evidence in their areas of operation.
Like nowadays, the lorries, they're always deployed for, like last week there was cleaning that was being done with the community in conjunction with the county government, Department of Environment. And they did good cleaning in Kariobangi, which was done by the county government. And I really wish if the MCA was also there. Yeah, if he was also there working alongside the chief and the officers from the county, would have been much better to see at least the synergy between elected leaders and also the appointed leaders with their people.
There was a burst sewer line in Kariobangi. They took photos and they tagged the Nairobi Water and they tagged Sakaja. And within no time, I think within 24 hours, Sakaja was there, and not Sakaja rather, but Nairobi Water was there. They fixed the sewer line, and I think as of now, they have no problem with that anymore. So what we try to do is just try and educate them on what they, to know what they are worth.
Apart from physical engagements through community dialogue, responsive and responsible activities, sports and tech, Vision Changes Kenya is tapping into the power of digital engagements. In 2023, VCK organized numerous X Spaces conversations, causing a marked interaction with various stakeholders, especially the youth.
Vision Changers, transforming lives.
VCK's YouTube channel is growing in content and interactivity, the latest online product being a twice-a-month podcast series.
We are not just going into those communities and showing face.
I didn't ask to be born where I'm born. Who is going to fight for me?
With episodes such as the Be the Change gaining massive traction.
It was more of a community podcast. We wanted to raise the voice of the community because we realized that some of the stories don't really get to be heard, and then they just go under the water like that. So there are so many issues that remain unaddressed in a society where we have access to a lot of information and access to a lot of resources to spread that information.
As VCK dreams big, lack of finances remains a major drawback. VCK is alive to the fact that it can only be made possible when like-minded organizations and individuals come together for a common cause.
I'd say for our partners and donors, just to reinforce that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And this work cannot be done by one organization and cannot be done by an individual. We need to hold our hands and ensure that we are rallying for that collective action. From the leaders, from the community members themselves, from civil societies like Vision Changes Kenya, we need to ensure that we are speaking the same language and we are supporting each and everyone's efforts. So for our donors and our partners, I would say there is much to be done, and I would continue emphasizing that there is need for them to continue supporting what we are doing in these communities to ensure that these projects continue and the lives of the people of Mukuru and Kariobangi are transformed.
For the next coming year, we really want to reduce the burden of poverty to the marginalized population. And we also want to tackle and eliminate spatial isolation. We need a lot of funding to do this. Because for us, we don't want to be reactive to problems, but we want to build resilience in the community. And by building resilience is by ensuring that this community, they have enough tools, including knowledge and spaces, that they are able to conduct their citizen responsibility right. For the coming year, I think if we'll be able to get something to do with around $500,000, we'll be able to at least cover, not even at least, but cover enough within the community. We don't want to go nuclear, like we want to solve problem in every community. We want to start from one community. As we change that community to change another one. We want to have that spiral effect.
Vision Changers, transforming lives.